Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Good morning viewers. We are going to see about the upcoming Rahu Ketu transit, which is going to take place on April 12th, 2022, where Rahu moves from Taurus to Aries and Ketu moves from Scorpio to Libra. As you know, the Rahu Ketu moves in the anti-clockwise direction. Now we will be seeing for each and every zodiac sign the effect of Rahu Ketu transit for the next 1.5 years. So this transit takes place on April 12th and Rahu will stay there till October 2023. So this 1.5 years, Rahu will be placed in Aries and Ketu will be placed in Libra. So people might think they'll give a lot of ill effects. Some people might think it will give good effects. But one has to understand that the Rahu Ketu transit, the Saturn transit or the yearly transit, all this will have effects up to 15 to 20%. Basically, the individual horoscope having the current Mahadasa and Antardasa will have the maximum effect, that is up to 80%. So one need not have to worry about all these transits. Also, some people might say that I am in Aries, so when Rahu comes to Aries, then it will give me a lot of problem. Some may think that okay, is in Libra Ketu comes, so it will give me a lot of good things. Actually, one has to understand that each and every person will be there under a particular nakshatra, and in that nakshatra it will be in particular nakshatra path. So when you calculate about a zodiac sign, the total number of nakshatras, it will have 3 nakshatras, and totally 9 nakshatra padas will be there in a particular zodiac sign. When you consider the total Rahu Ketu period, transit period of 18 months on a particular transit period, so if you divide that 18 months by 9 nakshatra padas, each nakshatra pada will have a duration of 2 months. So the ill effect or the good effect will have impact only up to 2 months, when actually the Rahu Ketu moves on to the particular nakshatra pada. So there is no need to worry about all these transit of Rahu Ketu and at the same time, when Rahu or Ketu is associated with the positive planets like Jupiter, Venus or rising moon, etc., then there won't be any much difficulties. But at the same time, if Rahu or Ketu is associated or aspected by evil planets like Saturn or Mars, then they may have some bad effects also. Depends upon the particular person's horoscope. If the person is having a very good Mahadasa and Antardasa running, he may not have much bad effects. But at the same time, if a person is not having a proper Mahadasa and Antardasa running, then they may have some ill effects also. We will be seeing for each and every zodiac sign there will be a separate video. If you are new to this channel, keep it subscribed so that you will get all my updates instantly. Now let us see on the day of the transit Rahu Ketu, what are all the planetary positions and the general predictions. On April 12th, 2022, around 1:48 p.m., you can see the Rahu transit takes place, where Rahu moves from Taurus to Aries. As per the Kalapurusha Tattva, it is the first house, and Ketu moves from Scorpio to Libra, which is the 7th house as per the Kalapurusha Tattva. When you see on the day 1, that the moment the Rahu Ketu transit takes place, Rahu moves to the first house, where the lord of the first house, Mars, is very strong at the 11th house of Rahu. So we can say that a lot of good things can happen during this year. Rahu and Ketu will work in a way that it occupies the house, and it will do the duties of the like a house owner of that particular zodiac sign. So it will take the responsibility of the house, of the lord of the house, and it will react to that way. And secondly, it will also give effects based on the nakshatra it is traveling. So you have to see both the things. That is, the first priority is given to the house, and the second priority given to the nakshatra it works. Now in the first house, as you see, Mars is very strong. It is associated with the positive planets like Venus as well as Jupiter. As we generally say, the first impression is always a best impression. So during this particular Rahu Ketu period, it looks very much positive. So a lot of positive things can happen this year. There may be good land reforms may introduced and there will be a lot of changes in the buying and selling of land. So we can expect a lot of improvements in buying and selling of land, and there will be good movement in the construction field. A lot of people may get good opportunities in the construction field. Also in medicinal field there will be good improvements. A lot of good medicines may come, and there will be a demand for the doctors, and some of the doctors may get good names and fame during this particular year. Also, as we have seen in this 2022 New Year, which is more predominantly for the women. So Ketu moves on the 7th house, and the Lord of 7th house Venus is also associated in the 11th house. So which seems to be highly profitable. So we can expect a lot of good things happening for the women. So a lot of good women entrepreneurs may come up this year. A lot of good opportunities in the film industries for the youngsters, especially for the women artists. So we can see a lot of good actors coming out, being good singers, good painters, dancers. So a lot of good things can happen for the women, working women also. During the day, when the Rahu Ketu transit takes place, the star seems to be Maha, and the zodiac sign being Leo, and 9th house where Rahu stays when compared from the zodiac sign. So it will have some effects, ill effects for the traditional people who believe in spirituality. There may be some conflicts, there may be some tough time for them. So there are days where the temples may be closed, and they may not be allowed to worship, and they may not be allowed to practice certain rituals like that. So they may face certain problems on that particular area. But as you see, that land seems to be more strong this particular year. Lot of discoveries may happen during this year, so a lot of good things can take place, and there may be more discoveries, there may be more findings about our ancient history. So a lot of things we can expect during this year, as Mars is very strong when the Rahu Ketu transit takes place. Also Rahu indicates a technology, so we can expect a lot of improvements in the technology side also. A lot of good new things can come up during the next 1.5 years, and be good improvements also. Except certain cases where there will become conflict between the life partners as well as some business associates, as Ketu is there in the strong 7th house. Whenever it is not being aspected by a positive planet, there may be some problems. Other than that, this Rahu Ketu we can expect a lot of positivity. As you see during this initial time, Rahu is associated with Mercury, as Mercury is a standalone planet, seems to be highly positive. So Rahu turns out to be more positive in that day one itself, and in Moon seems to be at Leo, and Ketu is at Libra, and Saturn being a ruler at Capricorn, and in Aquarius there is a good conjunction of planets, Venus, Mars and Jupiter, and in 12th house Pisces where Sun is there. So this is a portion of planet during the Rahu Ketu transit. Now we will be seeing for each and every zodiac sign a separate video, for which the effect of Rahu Ketu as a whole on the particular house as well as for individual Nakshatra will be seeing separately. Cancer, the 4th zodiac sign as per the Kalapusha Tattva. For Cancer, so far Rahu is placed in the 11th house, and Rahu moves to the 10th house from the upcoming Rahu Ketu transit. As the 10th house indicates workplace, there will be lot of job opportunities for those who are unemployed and looking for a good employment. Those working in a company, there are chances to get promotions, increments and other prospects during the upcoming transit. Similarly, Ketu moves from 5th house to the 4th house. This particular Rahu Ketu transit, we can see lot of young doctors coming up, completing their degrees and starting up their own dispensaries and do the practices. Some new doctors could get opportunities to work in the government hospitals and other private hospitals also. We can see good improvements in the hospital management. Lot of new technologies and upgrades of technologies will take place. Doctors will take the technological support to get operations done in a more accurate manner. Those dealing with medicines can also find this particular period more favorable for them. Ketu is not favorable, as they may find lot of issues in the health of the mother and mother side family. There will be some problems also. Some of them may face damages or theft in the property. Some of them find difficulties in purchasing assets during this period. During purchase of house or land, there could be some legal problems and other consequences which they need to face before purchasing such assets. Some of them need to support a lot on the maintenance of their house and vehicles during this period. Gains in share market may not be much appreciated. It is better to avoid investing in the share market during this period. Those working with communication as a base will find tough time in the initial 3 to 4 months. They must be very careful in dealing with their customers also. Leaders in the politics, seniors in a company will all face tough time during the first 3 to 4 months. After 6 months, there will be new entries in the politics. Some of them will show interest in joining politics and try to join in a party. Those who exhibit their hard work can definitely succeed in this particular period. Some of them can get good positions in the political party where they join. Those who are unmarried, there are chances of getting good alliances whenever the Saturn at 7th house is very much positive or associated with a positive planet. At the same time, there could be tough time also if the Saturn is negatively strong and not aspected or associated by the positive planets like Jupiter or Venus. After Ketu transit, some of the children will study well and they show interest in the studies. They will start listening to the parents and the health issues of the children will completely solved. The children get good strength and confidence after Ketu moves away from the 5th house to the 4th house. Children studying up to graduate level education, they can study well and enter into their dream colleges during this period. After this Ketu transit, some can get chances to visit their family temples or family house and can do some pilgrimage tour and other holy trips, which was not possible for the last 2 years as Ketu was very strong at the 5th house. Many youngsters will get an opportunity to join in army, navy and military forces. Some of them working in these departments can get good opportunities and promotions also. For those associated with mobile technologies, cell phones buying and selling business can also get good returns during this transition. Those doing water business, running their own ice cream parlors, beauty parlors, etc. find more comfortable during this period. Those selling medicines, especially in the areas who are selling the traditional medicines like Ayurveda, Siddha and Homeo medicines, find good revenue and business during this transit. For Cancer, this particular Rahu Ketu transit will have both positive and negative effects. We can say from 60 to 78% favorable results in this transit. Now let us see the nakshatras of the zodiac sign Cancer. For Cancer, Punarvasu Pada 4, Pushya star and Aslesha star forms the cluster of the Cancer zodiac sign. First, for Punarvasu Pada 4, this star, the transition of Rahu is not favorable compared to Ketu, as initially Rahu travels on the star of Sun Kritika. At the same time, Ketu will be traveling on the star of Jupiter. The transit of Ketu seems to be favorable for them. When Rahu travels on Bharani star of Venus, that time they may face both positive and negative results simultaneously. During the period, they find problems in the health of the mother and they may find some controversies with the mother side family. They may face some thefts in the properties or the properties may get damaged. On the process, some of them may find difficulties in shifting their houses or even buying a vehicle. In the last 8 months, while Rahu is travelling on the Ketu star during that period, it will be more positive. There could be a lot of job opportunities for those who are looking in the technology based jobs. They can get some good job opportunities. For those who are already working in technology based jobs can get good prospects. They may get promotions, increments and transfers to different places. So we can expect some good results when Rahu transits on the Ketu star. Doctors in Siddha Ayurveda medicines set their own business. They get opportunities to open their own dispensaries and medical shops. So, Punarvasu star of Cancer, this Rahu Ketu transit we can expect up to 60% positive results. For Pushya star, the star of Saturn, and Saturn being a friendly planet with Rahu, so we can expect some good and positive results for the Nakshatra from Rahu. During this period, some of them get some good employment opportunities. Those who are unmarried, there are chances to get marriage alliances. Those separated couples can get united also. Ketu will not do good results when compared to Rahu for this particular star. Ketu will stop the growth and benefits, but Rahu can give them lot of benefits. Because of Ketu's transit, there will be troubles in the mother's health, problems in ancestry's properties, problems in the vehicles, maintenance, etc. At the same time, there will be good support from the children. They study well and they give good support to the parents. Some of them can enter into sports and win prizes, and this could be the stepping stone for their future also. In Cancer, this Pushya star we can expect up to 70% positive results. Next comes Aslesha star of Mercury. This star will get both positive and negative results, as the star Mercury is the owner of this star, would get along with both the planets and will be neutral with both Rahu and Ketu. When Rahu travels on the star of Sun, the intelligence will get exposed. Those who are doing their own business in the social media, they can get good media promotions and get good views during this period. Those who are working in a company, their intelligence will get appreciated by the senior management in the company and they will get good awards for that. Those who are working in army, navy and police forces, the crime branch and the CAD departments, they will find some new interesting results, due to which they will get good appreciation from the seniors. When Rahu travels on the Burning star of Venus, some of them get good opportunities to join in the film industry. Some of them get chances to do acting. For some of them start directing also. They get good appreciation by the public. Those who are already in the film industry, either as an actor or actress or any background artist, this period their work will get appreciated, good appreciation, and their name and fame will get popularized on the public. Good support from the children also. Some of them may visit foreign countries and stay there with the children during this period. Aslesha star of Cancer, chances of getting up to 70% positive result during the upcoming Rahu Ketu transit.